Hi, it's Stephen here from Sound of a Nation Wave, and this is day 8 of the March daily draws. So as we close out the weekend and approach a new week, let's see what message we get. Now we're taking the first card from the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, followed by an Oracle card from the Seasons of the Witch, Ostara Oracles. Let's choose our first card and get the reading underway. Okay, here we go. We have the Knight of Swords. So, interesting, because we had the Page of Swords a couple of days ago. And we've had a few swords, actually. And so we've explored an idea, we've recently perhaps got the information we need, the knowledge we need. And now we're about ready to begin to start acting upon that idea. So we're going to take some action. This is action. This is action. This is action orientated. And I love how the horse is emerging from the clouds. He's got the sword positioned forward. That forward movement again, that we're moving forward, seems to be the theme here over the past few days. He's charging forward, he's upwards and onwards, is what this card says to me today, is we're onwards and upwards. And we're coming out of the clouds, so we're coming out of that state of confusion or lack of clarity, and we're coming out into a clearer sky. We're coming out into, we can see clearly now, that kind of thing. We can think more clearly. We don't have that muddled thinking, and that follows on from the Six of Swords yesterday, where we go from that state of mental stress and into calmer, clearer times. Again, in that card, we had the sword pointing forward, going forward into a better situation. So we've maybe got a better way of thinking, we've got more information, we're ready, and we can move forward in readiness to act and take the steps we need to take to bring that idea that we've had and express it in action and relate it to others if we need to speak to others about it, because we've got to grips with it now. Like the page was getting to grips with it, getting to understand it. Now the knight has got gained that insight and information and can now act upon it. And so that's what we're getting ready now to act. We're emerging from that state of being unclear of how to proceed. Now we've got a clearer idea. We're moving into clarity, and we're able to focus better and to formulate our ideas and strategy for the steps that will need to be taken in order to make that idea a reality. But we're just emerging. So we're at the beginning stage of that. So it's the early steps we could take, the early actions we can take. We're just beginning now to see the way forward. And as we come out of more of the clouds, it will become clearer and clearer as we emerge. And in time, we'll be able to see the whole picture, perhaps, of what we need to do. But we see enough to emerge now and to begin to act. So there's coming up a time to do certain things, which, of course, will differ on whatever idea and circumstance that each of us has. Of course, it's not going to be the same for each one of us, but the common factor is it'll be time to act. We're getting to that stage now where we know enough, and we've gotten to the stage where we're now ready to act. At least in the initial stages, we can begin to act. We may not be ready for all the actions we're going to need to take further down the line, but these initial steps we need to take, we're ready for. we can do what's coming next. We can do the next 1, 2, or 3 steps. And then as we do that, other steps may become clearer further down the line. So, but we've got enough to start, and we can put trust in that and begin to make that idea that we have, whatever it may be, a reality. So onwards and upwards, again, are the key words here. We're going forward, we're not looking back, and we're going upwards, we're going up into, we're almost like leveling up into a better situation, echoing again the Six of Swords yesterday. So to me, this very steadily does, fit the narrative of the draws we've had so far. And, this month is, at least the beginning of this month, is proving to be, the energy is that we're beginning to move into the light. We're beginning to move out of, the inaction of winter. We're getting in towards the spring, and we're literally springing forward into action. So it's very much, things are beginning to happen now with us. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we did have, we had the Eight of Wands, didn't we, last time, which was the things beginning at the end of last month, I think, where we were beginning to, the action was beginning to gain momentum. The energy was gaining intensity and momentum. So, yes, we had the Six of Swords yesterday, and the day before that, the Page of Swords. And now we have this Knight of Swords. So we're developing our action. We're developing our plans and acting upon those plans. So get ready. So as we enter into the new week, we will be putting at least some of the aspects of those plans into action and taking steps. So we'll see some progress. We should see some progress when we do that. So let's be ready. Let's be ready to act. Let's be ready to take the steps we need to take. That is what this Knight of Swords is suggesting. It's forward, active energy with momentum and with increased clarity and focus and purpose. That is what we're getting here from the Knight of Swords. So, very good card. Right, so let's see which oracle card we get to go with that. Okay, here we go. And again, we have the Irish Moss that we had yesterday, and I did shuffle it. So, may you feel nourished in all ways as a turning of luck is coming. Again, we're feeling nourished, perhaps. We're feeling more able to do the things we need to do. We're feeling that the universe has given us what we need. We feel more ready. We've been getting prepared. We perhaps feel that we weren't up to doing what we needed to do before, but now we feel that the nourishment's coming, the strengthening's coming, and we have the ability now to put these things into action. So we've got this. And we've got what it takes to achieve these things. So now's the time to have faith in ourselves and in our ability to put these things into action and achieve what we want to achieve. And that is the message of the cards today. Okay, so that's today's message. I'll be back tomorrow with day 9. Until then, thank you for listening. Take care, and I'll see you all again very soon. Okay, bye-bye.